Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to Pittsburgh as our bid to find the best team in Major League Baseball history moves to the Pirates, as we have no fewer than six Pirates teams battling it out to be the best in their franchise's history to then move on and take on the rest of baseball. Now there is, as I said, six teams, none of which are from the 1980s onwards, so they're all quite old. And those teams that will be battling out today are 1902, 1909, we've got 1925, 1960, 1971, and 1979. So we had conducted a draw off camera to get those into three sort of playoffs. So the way it's going to work is that the three winners and then the closest loser would be progressing on to the semi-final. So let's get game one underway. It was 1979 versus 1909. The 1979 Pirates were led off by Omar Marino in centre field, Bill Madlock at third base batted second, Mike Easler at left field batted third, Willie Stargell at first base cleaned up, Phil Gardner at second base batted five, Dave Parker in right field batted six, Steve Nicosia caught at 7. It was Tim Foley at shortstop batting 8, and Bert Blyleven, something like that. He was on the mound. And the 1909 Pirates were led off in left field by Fred Clark. Dots Miller at second base batted second. Honus Wagner at shortstop batted third. Tommy Leach in center field cleaned up. It was Chief Wilson in right field batting 5. George Gibson, the catcher, at 6. Bobby Byrne at third base batted 7. Bill Abstein at first base batted 8. And Babe Adams was on the mound. 2 on, 1 out, and Leach's RBI single gives 1909 the lead. One on, 2 out, and Marino's RBI single ties it up. One on, 2 out, and Madlock's RBI single puts 1979 in front. One on, none out. Abstein's RBI single makes it 2-2. None on, none out. Chick Brandon on the mound, and Ott hits a solo home run to put 1979 ahead. One on, 2 out. Lefty Liefeld on the mound, and Stargell's RBI double makes it 4-2. One on, 2 out, and Garner hits an RBI double to make it 5-2. Then on, 2 out, Jim Brooker on the mound, and Miller grounds out, handing the win to 1979. So a classic, an absolute classic, and with the game going to extra innings, it means that unless another game goes to extra inning, 1909 will be progressing as that best loser. So the second game, pressure's on now. You basically have to win. Doesn't matter how much you lose by. If you lose, you are more than likely out. It was 1902 versus 1960. The 1902 Pirates were led off by Ginger Beaumont in center field, Claude Ritchie in second base batted second, Honus Wagner at shortstop batted third, Fred Clark cleaned up in left field, Tommy Leach at third base batted 5, Jim Sebring in right field batted 6, Ed Phelps at catcher was 7, Kitty Bransfield at first base was 8, and Jesse Tennell was on the mound. And the 1960 Pirates were led off by Bill Verdon in center field, Roberto Clemente in right field batted second, Smokey Burgess caught at 3, Dick Stewart was first base and cleaning up, Bob Skinner in left field batted 5, Dick Grote at shortstop batted 6, Don Howick at third base batted 7, Bill Mazeroski at second base batted 8, and Bob Friend was on the mound. 2 on, 2 out, and Leach's 2 RBI single gives 1902 the lead. None on, none out, and Stewart's solo home run cuts the lead in half. Three on, none out, and Mazeras' 2 RBI single makes it 3-2 to 1960. 2 on, none out, and a wild pitch scores another. 1 on, none out, Friend sac fly makes it 5-2. 1 on, 1 out, and Phelps' 2-run home run cuts the lead to 1. 2 on, 1 out. Deacon Felipe on the mound, and Mazeroski's single and an error make it 6-4. One on, 2 out. Roy Face on the mound, and Richie lines out to win it for 1960. So another tight one, but 1960 progress just. So 1902 bids farewell, which leaves us to the final of the initial games. It was 1925 versus 1971. The 1925 Pirates were led off by Max Carey in center field. Pie Trainer at third base batted second. It was Earl Smith catching at 3. Kiki Coulier in left field cleaned up. George Gretham at first base batted 5. Glenn Wright at shortstop batted 6. Eddie Moore at second base batted 7. Clyde Barnhart right field at 8. And Lee Meadows was on the mound. And the 1971 Pirates were led off by Gene Kleins in centre field. Richie Habner at third base batted second. Roberto Clemente in right field batted 3. Willie Stargell in left field batted 4. Bob Robinson at first base batted 5. Manny Sengullion at catcher was 6. Dave Cash at second base was 7. Gene Alley at shortstop was 8. And Doc Ellis was on the mound. 1 on, 2 out. Kyler's RBI single makes it 1-0 to 1925. One on, 1 out, and Meadows hits a 2-run home run, extending the lead to 3. Man on, 2 out, and Cash's RBI single makes it 3-1. 2 on, 1 out, and Davilio's RBI double cuts the lead to 1. Two on, none out. Luke Walker on the mound, and Grantham's RBI single makes it 4-2. 3 on, 1 out. Barnhart's RBI single makes it 5-2. 3 on, 1 out, and Meadows' RBI single makes it 6-2 before the second run is thrown out at the plate. 2 on, 2 out. Bob Vale on the mound, and Curry's 2 RBI double makes it 8-2. 1 on, 2 out, and Trainer's RBI single makes it 9-2. 1 on, 2 out. Bob Johnson on the mound, and Smith's RBI single makes it 10-2. 1 on, 2 out. Emil Yide on the mound, and pitch hitting May pops it up to end the game. So, not a close one compared to the other two. It was a bit of a blowout there. So, 1925 won. Now, as the biggest winners, they earned the right to face the closest losers. So, that meant it was 1925 to face 1909 in the second semi-final. The first semi-final, though, was 1979 versus 1960. So, let's see which of those two teams would be progressing to the final. The 1979 Pirates were led off by Omar Moreno in center field. Bill Madlock at third batted second. Mike Essler in left field batted 3. Willie Stargell at first base cleaned up. It was Phil Gardner at second base batting 5. Dave Parker in right field batted 6. Steve Nicosia at catcher batted 7. Tim Foley at shortstop batted 8. And Bert Blyleven was on the mound. And the 1960 Pirates were led off by Don Howick at third base. Roberto Clemente in right field batted second. It was Smokey Burgess catching at third. Dick Stewart was first base cleaning up. Bob Skinner in left field batted 5. Dick Grote at shortstop batted 6. Bill Verdon in center field batted 7. Bill Mazeroski at second base batted 8. And Bob Friend was on the mound. 2 on, 1 out. Jim Bibby on the mound, and Verdon's sac fly opens the scoring for 1960. 1 on, 1 out. Essler's RBI single ties it up. 2 on, 2 out. Roy Face on the mound, and pitch hitting Lacey hits a 2 RBI double to make it 3-1 to 1979. 1 on, 2 out, and Marino's RBI double makes it 4-1. 1 on, 1 out. Kent Takube on the mound, who strikes out Mazeroski before Nicosta gets Verdon at second to end the game. So a nice, close, tense game, but 1979 comes out on top. They go through to the final, so we'll see them today. Will they be playing 1925 or 1909? The 1909 Pirates were led off by Fred Clark in left field. Dot Miller at second batted second. It was Honus Wagner at shortstop batting 3. Tommy Leach in centre field batted 4. It was Sheaf Wilson in right field batting 5. George Gibson caught at 6. Bobby Byrne at third base batted 7. Bill Epstein at first base batted 8. And Babe Adams was on the mound. And the 1925 Pirates were led off by Max Carey in centre field. Pi Triner at third base batted second. Earl Smith caught at 3. Kiki Kyler cleaned up in left field. It was George Grantham at first base batting 5. Glenn Wright at shortstop batted 6. Eddie Moore at second base batted 7. Clyde Barnhart in right field batted 8. And Lee Meadows was on the mound. 2 on, none out, and Carey's RBI single makes it 1-0 to 1925. 3 on, 1 out, and Kyler's 2 RBI double makes it 3-0. 2 on, none out. Smith's RBI single makes it 4-0. 3 on, none out. Howie Chemnitz on the mound, and Grantham's RBI single makes it 5-0. 3 on, 1 out, and Moore's sac fly makes it 6-0. 2 on, 2 out, and Barnhart's RBI single makes it 7. 2 on, none out, and Wagner's RBI single gets 1909 on the board. 3 on, 1 out, Johnny Morrison on the mound, and Gibson walks in a run. 3 on, 2 out, and pitch hitting Hyatt's 2 RBI single makes it 7-4. 1 on, 1 out, Deacon Felipe on the mound, and Smith's RBI triple makes it 8-4. 1 on, 2 out, and Miller's 2-run home run cuts the lead to 2. 1 on, 2 out, Red Oldham on the mound, and Wagner goes back to back to make it 8-7. 1 on, 2 out, Tim Sheehan on the mound, and Leach strikes out to end the game and win it for 1925. So what a comeback it was, but just not quite enough for 1909. So that means the final today is 1979 Pirates versus 1925. So the 1979 side went 98-64 in their regular season. 1925 went 95-58. So very similar regular season records. Again, this is a one-off game. We default to modern strategy. There is World Series squads if available. That's the rosters that we use, and there will be no injuries. Let's go see the teams, the rosters, I should say, of these two teams. So here we go here. These are the rosters of both teams. So obviously pinch hitters and whatnot. Some we might see all of these guys today. If you want to have a bit of a longer or closer look, just pause, zoom in, stay away from my face. Don't get close to that if you can help it. And whilst you're doing that, we will move on and see the starting lineups. So here they are here. The 1979 Pirates will be led off by Omar Marino in centre field. Bill Madlock at third base will bat second. Mike Essler will bat third in left field. Willie Stargell at first base will clean up. Phil Garner at second base will bat 5. Number 6 will be Dave Parker in right field. Steve Nicosia at catcher will bat 7. Tim Foley at shortstop will bat 8. And Bert Blylennon is on the mound. I've been practicing that one and I still stuffed it up. Next up in the 1925 side, Max Carey lead things off in centre field. Pi Trainer at third base bats second. Earl Smith catches at 3. Kiki Kyler at left field will clean up. George Grantham at first base will bat 5. Glenn Wright 6 will be at shortstop. 7 will be Eddie Moore at second base. Clyde Barnhart in right field will bat 8. And Lee Meadows will be the man on the mound in 1925 colours. So as ever, a big thank you to all my channel members and Patreons as they scroll across the bottom there. Couldn't do this without you. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. There's a link in the description to all my social media stuff and things like that if you want to follow me on that for some reason. As we start with a good catch in centre field by Kerry Hart. Is it Hart? No, Kerry Hart? Max Kerry. Out there in centre field. He did have... he's been played well. He's impressed me. And I'm sure... Oh, it's a picture killer up the middle. That won't be caught in centre field. It'll be ground ball in centre field for a one-out single by Madlock. So 1 on, 1 out for Essler now. First pitch. Essler, oh, he's absolutely crushed it. And Essler will make it 2-0 to 1979. And 429 feet that one sailed. And 1979 get off to the perfect start, really. I've got to say, I am favouring 1979. I just like the colour. I just like the colour, if I'm honest. Willie Stargell, now he has done absolutely nothing in the first 2 games that 1979 have played. And that continues as he strikes out for 2 away. And it brings Phil Garner up now. 2 out, none on. First pitch. And Garner slices it to the first baseman to end the top of the first. But it is a 2-run lead. Let's see what 1925 can do to peg it back. Max Carey will be leading them off. It is a 2-0 pitch. A 1-0 pitch even. As he gets it through, does he? Yes. So a lead-off single for 1925. They're not going to go down quietly, are they? It is Pie Trainer now. A 1-2. He has got it through as well, has he? 2 on, none out, and the runner's going to try for third. Is he going to get there? Oh, just. If the throw was right on the money, he may not have. So, runners at the corners for Earl Smith. Can he tie it up? Can he put them into a lead? Oh, it's going to be caught in centre field, but it will bring a run across the plate as well. So, it's 2-1. There's a runner at first. There's 1 out. And there is Kiki Kyler at the plate. Oh, 0-1 pitch. And that is going to be 3-2, is it? It is gone! It's a run fest already. 3-2 for the 1925 Pirates as Kiki Kyler, 359 feet. I think that's a 358-foot fence out there because it only just crept over. And that's all it's going to do. And it is Grantham now with 1 out, none on. An 0-2 pitch. And a strikeout for 2 away, bringing Glenn Wright to the plate. It's a full count on him. And he draws a walk. So 2 out, 1 on. And it is Eddie Moore. It's an 0-2. And it's a strikeout to end the inning. But 5 runs already. 2 home runs. You've got your money's worth if you're in the crowd for this one, haven't you? And Dave Parker will lead off for 1979. It's a 3-0 pitch. Tying run aboard. None out. Steve Nicostia at the plate. A 2-2 pitch. And he half swings and then goes back to think about it, 1 away. Tim Foley. A 2-2. He has hit that. It looked good off the initial impact on the bat, didn't it? But in truth, very simple catch in left field for 2 away. And it's Lee Lacey that's pinch hitting. So, pitching change already for 1979. As Lacey, is that going to drop in? Oh, it's a diving catch by Kerry. I'll have to have a look if he's in the Hall of Fame. He has really, really impressed me. Alright, so Bryce Keeson will be the new pitcher. Barnhart's at the plate. And it's going to be a first pitch swing. And that is a little dribbler. Is it going to... No, just sometimes those fall, don't they? Just into a good enough gap, there can be a hit there. But not on that occasion. Lee Meadows will step up into the batter's box. First pitch. Meadows into right field. That should be a simple enough catch for 2 away even. And in now will come Max Carey. One of my favourites, it has to be said. He's 1 for 1 today. It's a 1-1 pitch. It's a ground ball to the third baseman, and that will end a very uneventful second inning compared to the first. So it's still 3-2 to 1925. Marino will lead things off. He's 0 for 1. It's a 1-2 pitch, and Marino trots back to the dugout, 1 away. Madlock, who is 1 for 1. A 1-1 pitch. And he's hit that into deep left field, but not deep enough. At the warning track, he's caught out there for 2 away, bringing Essler to the plate. Crushed the home run last time up, of course. First pitch swing. And Essler grounds it to the first baseman to end the top of the third. And we'll go to the bottom of the inning. Kisson will continue to Trainer. 1-2 pitch. And Trainer has hit it fairly well, but straight to left field, 1 away. In comes Earl Smith. He has an RBI after his sac fly last time up. This time he strikes out looking, so that is 2 away. And it's Kiki Kyler. We know what he did last time up. It's a full count. 2 out, none on. He strikes out to end the third. It's just going to end up being a nail biter now that just nobody gets any more runs. Willie Stargell, 0 for 1. In truth, he's probably about 0 for 20 in this little mini-series we've got going here so far. He's popped that one up as well. I'm sure he's good. I'm pretty sure I remember when I was a kid and I used to play, my coach in, I want to say under 10s, was a Pittsburgh Pirates fan. So that would have been early 90s, probably, if I was under 10s. I was born in 82. Yeah, so, I mean, he was a big Pittsburgh fan, and at that point they'd already been terrible for a decade. But I'm pretty sure he had a Stargell jersey, because the name looks familiar to me. But anyway, Mr. Lumley, if you're watching, hopefully you are still with us. Grantham, full count, leads things off. That is 1 away. Glenn Wright is a really nice man, really nice coach. Yeah, one of the reasons I played as long as I did, I think. I was really lucky. I don't know, like, because you can get bad coaches when you're kids. Obviously, you know, it can turn you off the game. But I was really lucky because I had him as Mr. Lumley at under 10s, and I had Mr. Hill in under 12s, I think. Was he under 12s? Anyway, yeah, I had really good coaches. I was really lucky. Can't remember who I had after that, as that is popped up, and that will be. I'm going to drive myself crazy now. Who I had as coaches. Anyway, and I'm sure they'll come back to me. That's my dad. That is going to be a ground out to first. So there is 2 out in the top of the 5th as we come back to more current events. And it is Robertson that is pinch hitting. So Kissin, you've got to say, did well. Took the sting out of the game for 1925. And we probably need a bit of sting back if we're honest, don't we? It is Candelaria coming onto the mound now to face Barnhart. He is 0 for 1. It's a 1-1 pitch. And that is into right field. It should be caught out there, and that'll be 1 away. In comes Lee Meadows, so he's going to continue for a little bit longer. A 1-1 pitch. And he has got that through into right field for a 1-out single. And in truth, you know, why wouldn't he? I mean, he's given up 2 runs, but first inning, and they're the only 2 hits he's given up, really. So it's one of those that's, the score is quite harsh on him, really. As another hit there, so we've got 2 on 1 out all of a sudden for Pi Trainer, who is 1 for 2. It's a 1-0 pitch. Trainer into right field. That will extend the lead, surely, as Meadows tries to come home. He gets there. So it is 4-2 now to 1925. And Earl Smith comes to the plate. There go the runners. Oh, not even close. They could almost got a double play out of that. So out at third, runner at second, 2 away for Smith, as he has popped it up, and that'll do it. I never understand really stealing third. I mean, I guess in that situation you're trying to get rid of the double play, aren't you? But it just seems like, you know, at major league level, anyway, it feels like it's just unlikely. But maybe, I guess stealing from second is easier, isn't it, than stealing from first, because the pitcher's got his back to you and whatnot. So, yeah, maybe. I wonder if I have to look up, see if there's a Marino anyway who's got himself on base, and it brings Madlock up. If there's a stat like percentage-wise, and that is going to be another hit. So back-to-back singles. Oh, and an error out there will send the runners around another base. So none out, runners at second and third. So tying run in scoring position. Essler to the plate, already with a home run today. First pitch. Essler, oh, he's lined it straight to the second baseman for 1 away. Yeah, I was going to say, I wonder percentage-wise, like what percentage of successful steals are to second compared to going to third. Because I've kind of, was that Stargell? I don't understand why he's even a professional. 2 out, 2 on, this is big. An 0-1 pitch, Garner. He has got it to the third baseman, who could have taken, well, he couldn't take his base, but he could have tagged the run up, but he goes to first, and ends the top of the 6th, so it is still 4-2 to 1925. Kiki Kyler. But yeah, to finish a thought that I started about 3 innings ago, I wonder what percentage of runners successfully steal second as opposed to successfully steal third. Because I'm kind of talking myself around to it now. If the pitch is sort of standing side on, you are giving yourself that fraction of a second more to get back, aren't you? So, but obviously, it's a much shorter throw as well. But yeah, it'd be an interesting, if any statisticians out there, it'd be an interesting one to know, actually, as the runner tries to get to third and does. So suddenly, with none out, there is runners at the corners for 1925, and Glenn Wright with a chance to extend the lead further, which he is going to do. He's not going to get an RBI for it because it's a double play. So it's 5-2 now to 1925. There's 2 out, none on, and it's Eddie Moore to the plate. A 2-0 pitch. And that's up the middle for a 2-out single. So, there we go. That is that. It is Barnhart to the plate now. Clyde is an underused name these days, isn't it? Just as by the by. What a strong name Clyde is. If only I realised that before I named my son James. I like James. It's that's going to come back and haunt me, that one, isn't it? So there we go. That is going to be a pop-up. So 1 away in the top of the 7th. And Steve Nicosia now, who is 0 for 2. An 0-2 pitch. And he's grounded out to the shortstop, so that'll be 2 away. In 1979, they had looked so strong coming through the preliminary games. They're kind of getting shut down here, it has to be said, aren't they? Foley now. He gets one up the middle, so a 2-out single for him. That's one of these now, isn't it? A swing of the bat with a runner on base, and it can all look a little bit different. John Milner will be the pinch hitter. It's a 2-2 pitch. And he just watches it. Oh, it does my head in. And we'll be stretching anyway. I'll get my head back in while we stretch. Alright, welcome back. It is Lee Meadows to the mound, to the plate even. Jim Bibby will be the man on the mound. It's a 1-2 pitch. And Lee Meadows strikes out 1 away. Up comes Max Carey, who's 2 for 3, continuing to prove while he is one of my all-time favourites all of a sudden. He grounds out on this occasion, though, so that'll be 2 out with no one on. And it'll be Pi Trainer, who is 2 for 3. It is a 1-1 pitch. And that is... oh, it's a stunning catch by the second baseman. So we go to the 8th. It is still 5-2 to 1925. And it is Omar Marino to lead things off. He's 1 for 3. It's an 0-2 pitch. And that is a ground ball to the first baseman for 1 away. In will come Madlock now. He is 2 for 3 even. First pitch swing. And Madlock pops it straight up into the air. That'll be 2 away. And up will come Mike Essler, who is 1 for 3. It's a 1-1 pitch. Essler. Oh, it was inside and high. And is that caught out? There it is. Carey again. So they're going to need to get it done in the 9th if it's going to happen. Bibby will face Earl Smith, who is 0 for 2 with an RBI. It's a 1-1 pitch. And he's hit it well into centre field. Is it over centre field? It is. And the Earl will stand at second. Well, he'll slide into second, then he'll get up and stand there. So, leadoff double. And you would think any more runs now, and that's just about it. Kiki Kyler, and he has driven in a run because that's into the gap in left centre field. And it's going to be possibly, no, he does go stay at second. So an RBI double for Kyler. That's his 3rd, I think, isn't it? Because he hit the home run back in the 1st. So it is 6-2, and it is Grantham now with none out. Oh, that was a quick ball, wasn't it? He strikes out. In comes Glenn Wright. He's 0 for 2. First pitch swing. And that's a ground ball to the third baseman, which might be a base hit. It is. So what runners at the corners now with 1 away. 4 runs, you can just about make a case. You could come back with, you know, like a grand slam kind of situation. But this is going to be, they get the out the plate. They do. So they stop that run. So it is still just a 4-run game. It's a 4-run game. But 2 on 2 out for Barnhart now. And that is into the gap in left centre field. And that might score 2. And with a name like Clyde, you expect the big moment, don't you? So it's a 2 RBI double. It is 8-2. And 1925, I think, have justifiably booked themselves not just into the next round, but also as the best team in Pirates history, as that is into deep centre field. It will be caught out there, though. And let's see if 1979 can mount a miracle comeback. They need 6 runs minimum. John Morris to the mound. Stargell, 0 for 3. Can he just get a hit? Can he do something? I'm sure he was a very good player in his day, but he's not impressed me at all. Garner now. He's 0 for 3. It's a 1-2 pitch. And that is going to drop in. Just enough to get over the infield and drop in front of the centre fielder. So that is a 1-out single. Dave Parker now, who's 0 for 2. It's a 1-0. Parker sends it straight up. So 1979 are down to their final out. They still need 6 runs. There's a runner at first, and Nicosia will be the man at the plate. He's 0 for 3. He has grounded it to the shortstop. Congratulations, 1925. You will be moving on to represent the Pirates. So it was comprehensive, really, wasn't it? First inning aside, there was just nothing happening at all for 1979. So 1925 move on to represent the Pirates. You can see the rest of the qualified teams here, and we're getting down to the end of the qualification period. We have St. Louis, Colorado, and the Dodgers. The LA Dodgers next week. Week after that, it'll be San Diego, San Francisco Giants, and then next Friday, 2 weeks from today, we have the draw for the brackets for the National League, for the American League, and we'll see what path your team can have to get to the final, to be the greatest team in all time of baseball. So hopefully you've enjoyed that. Thumbs up if you have, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you next time out in St. Louis as we see which is the best team in Cardinals history. Take care.